All right, hello. This is VoiceOver Rhino. We are going to talk about doing checkerboarding. Now, as you can see, I have some checkerboarding already done, and you're going to see an error that I made. So the way I do this checkerboarding is micro pins. I made the hilarious joke of micro penises. Instead of saying micro pins, I would be like, let me grab my micro penis. I mean pin. um, I again am still a fucking immature young man, almost in my 30s. Oh no, the pain. Anyways. So my whole plan behind this was I wanted to kind of have a color shift of a lighter blue at the top to a darker blue at the bottom, and I was going to use Army Painter Speed Paint. I have the blue that I used recently on a lot of stuff, and I was like, you know what? We're just going to hit the one side. My biggest fear was as soon as me putting any of that watery paint was going to immediately just smear everything. And in about 2 seconds, there it starts. And that was just me immediately realizing and just going, fuck! Son of a bitch! Fuck! We cut to the future where I have it all set up already and airbrushed because I forgot to record the other half. So I did go ahead and redo that whole side of checkerboarding. Now the airbrush was the exact thing that I was needing. Oh man, I can't forget what it's called. The Army Painter Speed Paint doesn't have to be watered down, so you could just run it straight into an airbrush. It's gonna come out a little bit different than normal, but I mean, it's not gonna be any different than it's supposed to be. So once I get this quickly airbrushed into my hand, because I gotta be super careful of trying not to spray it all over the lower piece there, and it left an outline on my finger. I was happy with the way it turned out. So once I saw that that turned out really good, I decided to go ahead and put this together and then do the checkerboarding on the white piece. Now I'm gonna quickly run down how I do my checkerboarding. This is how I do it from now on until I find a better way to do it. Let's get him put back together past me. And I'll fast forward you until we get to the proper spot because it's a push fit mini. It's kind of a pain. All right, so here we have our micro pin. This is I believe, micro 2 pin, and it's gonna really set up the line work. So the biggest thing with doing checkerboarding is setting up your line. Now, once you set your line, I did mine directly onto that. And then just pick the distance. Actually, if I remember correctly, I grabbed a different one because that pin was starting to dry out and not want to work anymore. So once I grabbed the proper one, we start doing our horizontal lines. Now, to me, they don't have to be perfect, but I still try to do my best. You can see me stop talking because the little Fugi moves whenever I talk because I'm starting to get really focused in on doing the checkerboarding. And honestly, comes out really good. Comes out really good in the end. I was super happy with it. But you can see there's these little things in the way, and those are the little blips for their armor. And so we go ahead and go right to the other side. And I remember at this point, I'm like, okay, checkerboarding's not bad. Oh, past me. How naive you were. Because I'd just done the chainsword, and I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. Now, mind you, it did have to get touched up right there because I did it at the wrong angle. We'll do a cut to where I have it fixed because I had to go back and paint it white. Actually, no, before that, I went and did the front side checkerboarding. So we'll make a cut to me actually doing the vertical lines next. Okay, so we go back to getting to our vertical lines here. Now, what I did was I just picked a point, and I'm just trying to stay square. That's the best thing to do. And then we jump over and do our line work for all of those. Now, I'll tell you, if you're not doing it with transfer sheets, you're not getting perfect. You're not getting perfect squares. I now have a transfer sheet that's nothing but checkerboarding. I have a printer and all the proper stuff to do that, so I did that. But you could always do it like this. And then you fill in. You pick your one spot to fill in. And then what you'll do after that. Oh, that's right. I forgot. On the edges, on the ending edges, I do the line work as well. And I believe once I get the line work done, I believe I go ahead and start filling in. Oh, wait, I gotta do this side too. You know, sometimes I forget what I did. But I will say it's checkerboarding. It's kind of a pain. Kind of a giant pain. Alright, so now we're going to go in and start filling in our lines. Now, checkerboarding's super simple to do. You start in one corner, you skip, and then you go every other one. So I skipped the first one. And if I remember correctly, I might have screwed this up. I did screw this up when I did this. So you can see that you fill in the proper checkerboarding pattern. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to not leave white. You could, in theory, do this with a paintbrush. Micro pins are very easy to not screw it up like I just did. Micro pins are always fine tipped, and as you can see, I was just now panicking because I realized that I screwed up a very, very, very simple paint job of do every other block. So I said, screw it. We're going to fill in around it, and I will go back in with the white. All right, so we have our finished product here. Turned out really good. You can see right there is where I had to go back and fix it. They're not perfect, but it's an orc. They're not going to be perfect checkerboarding. There's that. And we did checkerboarding on some other stuff. We did flag checkerboarding here. And some flag checkerboarding here. It came out very well. It did help my checker. It helped me doing checkerboarding the first time to have the confidence to keep doing it. Otherwise, I probably would have stopped with this guy. But I could definitely do more, and I definitely will plan on doing more as long as I have these micro pins before they run out. And if I remember correctly, we're all right. All right, this one's still working, so we'll continue to do them by hand. And if not, I have a transfer sheet of checkerboarding that isn't very close by at the moment. But I appreciate you for watching this little quick video on me learning about checkerboarding and doing it for the first time. Until then, wherever you are in the world, have a good evening and or night. Best way to support the channel is by leaving a like and subscribing.